So till now we had a discussion about almost 14 business processes. Okay. Yesterday and day before yesterday we had a discussion about stock transfers intra and inter. Today we are going to discuss about credit memo. Okay. Credit memo request. Okay. And the next one is debit memo request. First we see these two, then I'm going to show another one. So that is easy if you understand credit memo request and debit memo request. Now let's try to concentrate on credit memo request. Okay. Why? See, these two processes, some companies, not some companies in business, they will call it as compliant business processing. Okay. Someone is asking, have you handled compliant handling or business processing and handling in your support project? Obviously you can say that, I handled credit memo and debit memo successfully. I resolved all those issues. Okay, let's come here. First try to understand order. You got an order for 100 quantity. Okay, this 100 quantity, what is that? This 100 quantity is, let's assume price is 100 euros. Okay, so you have done the delivery for 100 and you have done the billing. Till here, no problem. Every day, if it happens in your company, it's a smooth process, but it never happens. Something will come, something will, deviations comes. So when any deviation come in your process, either quantity or price, that will be handled through credit memo and debit memo for adjustments. So let's try to understand this concept. It's a simple. Okay. So now you have a X customer, you have a Y distributor and Z distributors are there. Okay. So he is assumed that he is a gold, he is a diamond, and he is like, some bronze. Okay. Three categories are based on their price list or, price, whatever you call it as. So gold customer, they have announced a promotion. Okay. So like if you take below 100 quantity, the price is this. Let's assume like if it is above 100 quantity, the price will be 95 euros. Okay, 95 euros. How much? 100 pieces, 95 euros. Okay. So regularly how much? 100 euros. If it is below 100, what is that? 100 pieces, 100 euros. So here 95 euros, sorry, same 100 pieces, 95 euros. Okay. So when, if it is greater than, what is that? It is greater than or equal to 100. Either 100, 100 and above, or else you just take like greater than 100. So let's assume this gold customer raised an order for 200 pieces. Okay, 200 got delivered, no issues. 200 got invoice. Till here, no problem for you. Okay, but you have a pricing conditions for PR00. Okay, PR0, what is the scale actually? So if it is above 100, that means from 101 to anything above that should apply 95 euros. But unfortunately, your end user, initially he don't know that he has forgotten to maintain this scale actually. So then what happens? For this also, 200 euros got applied. for this 200 quantity, 200 final invoice, 200 euros got applied. Okay. So this assume that, from gold customer, order number 1. So 1, 2, 3, you take order number, some X order number. Okay. So now the gold customer realized that bill Drone Foods and Companies sent to him like 200 euros. So he got surprised. So ideally, how it should be? So for 100 euros, it is 95 means like 200 means 95 plus 95. Okay, it should be 95 plus 95. So that means 190 euros it should apply on this order instead of. So how much it should apply? It should apply instead of 200, 190 euros. So he called immediately the Drone Foods. Hey boss, you announced a promotion like for all our gold distributors. If it is greater than 100 quantity, you are going to charge only 95. That is the reason why every month I will take 200 100 pieces, but on instead I have taken the double quantity. So let's assume 10 euros for you. It looks like a simple for you, okay, but it's even single point not 5 euro also business don't accept for loss. Let's take an example. Another gold customer is there, Mr. King. Okay, he ordered after knowing this promotion because he is the one of the biggest distributor. He might order like 1,000 pieces. So 1,000 got delivered. So regular means it is 1,000 euros, but since it's based on 95, then so it shouldn't be not 1,000 euros. It should be on instead. It should be 990 euros. Okay. So 95 means 950 euros. 950 euros he has to send. So here, so later he came to know that the price is not managed with 90. So both guys raised a complaint and Drone Foods, you ran a promotion for namesake. Then big discussion happened and meeting happened. See, when price is correct, also something will happen. I will tell you. Like this is one of the business example I'm telling. So what happens? So they will say that they don't want to. They wanted to return their money back. For example, this guy, how much they need to do it? 200 means 95 plus 95, 190. 200 minus 90, 10 euros. 10 euros they have to 10 euros they have to credit it back to your ex distributor. Whereas for King, on 1,000 pieces they need to return 50 euros. Okay. So this is how. So 95 means like 5 euros. So since 200, this is 10 euros. This is correct. So how you are going to handle this? With reference to this invoice, we'll create a credit. We try to understand credit memo request. So we're asking Drummond Foods for X customer against this 123 order and some X invoice number. Against that, it should be created 10 euros settlement. That means they're out of the money what they have received. So that assume that this 200 is got cleared. So 190 actually they're supposed to take as per promotion. 10 euros they're clearing. In the similar way, for King also they are trying to clear 50 euros through credit memo request. Okay. So that means what they have done, either distributor X or King, anyone if you take, they called back to the company, boss, this is what happened. This is where I incurred the loss. Okay. This is one scenario one. Okay. So this is scenario one. Scenario 2, let's see. Let's try to, so like, you came to know that if you have a price difference, okay, you will raise credit memo, okay, reasons. Let's note it down for understanding, okay, one reason. So that means company is not going to take the money. Company is paying back to the customer because, it is overpriced. If you see, one is price difference and another one is overpriced. Okay. So these are the two things are there. And let's try to, why I said price difference, maybe they might miss condition record or something like that. Okay. I'm sorry. This is the price difference. So next thing is that, what is that actually? I'll just try to take the similar example. I need not take both. Let me take Mr. X as an example. Okay, second scenario. So actually I ordered 200, but got delivered only 199. Okay, billed for 200. Okay, assume that in your company order related billing is there, even if they have done delivery also. Then what is the difference? He found a difference of one piece. Okay, so one piece, how you are going to settle down? So one piece by using your written delivery. So there we are creating written credit memo request. Okay. Either they need to settle down one piece or else one piece money they have to give it back. Okay. So this is 100 pieces. Assume that, don't complicate this one. Don't take this one. Example, take this one for this scenario. 100 pieces, 100 euros. That means 1 euro. Okay. Mr. X. So in this scenario, for one piece, so your company has a policy. Once they have done, it's a complete delivery. They don't want to do the additional free of charge delivery or else, subsequent free of charge delivery, whatever they don't follow the subsequent free of charge delivery or else return delivery. They don't want to follow it. Once done, that is done. That is their own foods policy. Assume like that, such kind of scenarios really it is there in the market. It depends on the company. So on instead what they do, because of this customer complaint or else company tracking, where based on their reports the quantity difference one piece came. Okay, so 199 they did it because due to lack of stock in their inventory. Okay, so then you have to settle down 1 euro. Okay, so that means QNT quantity difference. I'm telling the reasons, most frequent answers. So for this scenario, I'll try to extend this. Okay, I'll try to extend this scenario. How I try to extend this scenario? Okay, so assume that the same thing happened, but actually they have done the delivery fully and billed fully. But later they came to know that 5 pieces got damaged. Okay, so then they have to return the 5 pieces. So return credit memo request, return delivery, or else 5 pieces money they have to take it back. So then this is 5 euros. So customer pricing, goods damaged. Goods damaged for XX reasons, or else sometimes goods expired. Okay, expired stock also they don't want to return, they'll pay it back. Sometimes I'm telling this partial, sometimes they don't do delivery at all, but they did the bill. Such cases, for total amount they wanted to return, or else they need to take it back. So what is this? Like, if it is like overcharged in terms of price or else price difference, like the loss is at customer end. You try to remember this. Many people will confuse about what is debit memo and credit memo. So then because of these reasons, you will do credit memo request. So what is this credit memo request? So in SAP, it will be handled standard. There is a document type called CR. So for that, so once you done, you have created request means SD side document you created. So you have to do the account determination so that your entries will be determined. So the amount will be credited to your customer account, right? For that you have to create a bill. That bill is called G2, credit memo request. Okay, now you got a credit memo request. This is credit memo request. Don't confuse, I will show you an SAP system. This is the bill to settle down your bill. Once at the finance side it is clear, so that customer receive the money wherever he lost. Okay, for the same reason, for the same scenarios. Okay, let's try to check same scenarios for our debit memo. Now you'll come to know the difference actually. So let's copy. It's very simple. So credited means you are crediting to from company. If you see in a customer perspective, you are taking the money from company, you are taking for whatever the loss you got it. Debited means like you are going to debit from customer account also. So I will tell you this scenarios for debit memo. So like here the price as for promo, it is 95. Okay, so like they announced that it is 95 only, but your customer your team member created scale with the wrong price. Instead of 95, he created 85. So 85 means customer is so happy, but company is not happy, right? Instead of 95, it is 85. So 85 means in this case, so if you see this 200 pieces, 85 plus 85, 80, 80, 160 plus, so like 160 plus 170. Okay, but it should be 190. What is the difference you are getting in? If you see in terms of driven foods, 20 euros loss per company. So then they will call to the customer, they will request, boss, this is what happened, we are not overcharged, we are undercharged. Okay, so then what happens, then? So like if you have like some 10,000 orders, it's a big loss, so you need to take it back money, okay, from your customer. Price difference or undercharged, okay, for debit memo. So quantity difference, this is simple. By this you can able to understand this. So here what is this? So delivery, they're supposed to do, assume that they have done 205, 5 pieces difference is there. So for 5 pieces they have to charge your customer. That how you do? So this is debit memo, let me change it. All these are debit memos. Okay, so then you have to charge, company need to charge to customer. Such cases you will raise debit memo request, like either undercharged or else over delivered. Okay, over delivered, but bill is done for this much, 5 pieces additionally. No company will do these kind of mistakes generally. For example, lots and lots they are sending from their manufacturing location, from plants, via either through shipping or else some because of some XX reasons. Okay, so I have seen all these scenarios in real time. Okay, so and you see this, what do you call this, let me make it debit. Okay, okay, this case what I said, you send 200 200 all 200 pieces. Okay, so assume that instead of 200 they have delivered 500 pieces. Such cases also you will have. Let me tell you one more scenario. Okay, for your debit memo, undercharged, and second one is quantity difference. So goods expire and damaged, and it will come only for credit memo. And let's take this one out, and let me try to tell one scenario. We have a like let's assume that your condition record got created 1st April to 30th April with 100 pieces, 100 euros. Okay. Or else you can say like one piece, 1 euro. Okay. So this is done 1st to 30th April. Okay. So they came to know that their financial year started. Then they have increased this as some 3 euros because of your product demand. Suddenly they raised the price from when May 1st to henceforth, like end of financial year, end of year. So they don't want to rechange the price. That's what they made it. So but April, some customers raised. Customers are clever. Okay, like they will raise orders. So price is low. They came to know that they'll raise some 10 orders from one customer. Okay, so all these are open orders. Still, delivery is not done and billing is not done. So for this 10 open order, so maybe due to lack of stock, or else it can be any other reason, or else customer only stopped and kept it reserved for May month. Okay, 10 orders by that time. So like, so let's assume this 10 orders, each one is having 10 pieces. So that means 10 euros as per order. So our company policy is like this. So when any pricing record change, so if the billing is done, it will redetermines. Okay, what it's supposed to do, it redetermines the price. Okay, let's assume in the May month delivery done and the billing done. If unfortunately because of technical issues, it is only 10 euros got billed, but actually each one is 3 means it should be 30 euros the bill. Okay, so then it's a system mistake, but customer will have an understandability, because if the customers are loyal only, so definitely businesses will have credibility to give the either quantity or price difference or whatever with their customers. So now 30 euros. So what is the difference? 30 minus 10. But the April order is created, but still the agreement is this: from May onwards, it should be 3 euros. In your order, it shows 10 euros only, but it should be billed with 3 euros. So then they have done 10 euros the bill. So the difference amount will be settled down through debit memo in this case. So I think these are the sufficient things to understand. For debit memo, the document type is DR and debit memo request, and billing level document type is L2. Let's see on SAP system further, not wasting any time on this. So let's see how it works. Let me open the SAP system and then I will share your screen. Let's go back to our screen. Let's log in. I will show you. So people think that, while learning, we don't get issues in real time or not. It's not like that. Industry is always welcome for consultants to resolve issues. So like that compliant processing, this is one of it. I have seen almost every project, credit memo and debit memo, but the way it is handled is bit different. That's it. So now let's go to Vivo V7. Okay. So what is your credit memo? Okay. Sorry, Vivo V8. First we go document type. We'll see. First, CR is your credit memo, and your DR is debit memo. And let's try to compare with our JEDWO R1. What is the difference actually? So that you can able to remember this. So you see, document category for JEDWO is C. So whereas debit memo it is L, okay, and your credit memo it is K. Let me open this. So K is what? Credit memo request. L is your debit memo request. Okay, so this is the difference. Because based on, I told you, right, based on the document category, your background code for your business, it will decide whether it is credit memo or sales order or return order free of charge. So that's why that parameter is more important. If you try to observe this, okay, credit memo request, I told you, right, this is G2, credit memo billing document. So whereas your regular sales order, it is F2. Okay. So for debit memo, as I said that, it is L2. Okay, you have intercompany billing also to settle down. By default you will have a billing block. Why? Because in real time, when you create a debit memo or a credit memo, so credit memo means you have a chances like, you will try to, like, outside, if you have an understanding with your customer, the person who is processing the credit memo, so instead of actual difference, you try to put more amount outside, we can able to share it like that. Thief activities will be there everywhere. Okay, not only IT industry, everywhere it will be there. So that's why it will go for approval actually in real time, like, for removing this block they will verify and then only they will do it. Generally it will go to the higher management, from manager and above. Okay, or else supervisor, or if anyone is processing credit memo request or debit memo request. This is the difference. Now let's go to the first Vivo V4. We go. So let's go to the document type CR. See, for credit memo request, let's put it to CR and one now. Okay, see, item category is G21, whereas the debit memo is L21, L2N. Okay, this is the difference. What is L2N, G2N? How it is different from your TAN? Yeah, we have to understand now. So let's come here. So let's go to the G2N. This is for credit memo, right? If you see, billing relevance is C. I told you, right? B is order related, C is, so like what it talks about C. Let's see now. See, order related, because for credit memo you don't have schedule and you don't have delivery. Okay, so you're just giving the money back to your customer. Why you require the delivery? You don't require. Okay, status according to the target quantity. What you are targeting for that quantity, either money is you are paying back for your customer. Okay, this is one thing. So since you don't have schedule lines, because you don't have delivery, this tick mark will be not there. Okay, credit memo means you are paying back to your customer. Okay, so credit active check won't be there. Now let's go to L2N. So credit active. So like, why credit is active for debit memo? Because debit memo you are taking the money from your customer to the company. Like, we will check further, like, whether we have to give the stock or not, because since already outstanding is pending, so that's why we have to consider his outstanding plus If anything need to be received from customer, that's why you have this. So otherwise billing relevance is same. So remaining parameters, the thing is that credit is not active in a credit memo item category here. This is the difference. So this is what it happened. Now let's try to create a sales order. Now let's try to play with this, the system. Okay. So 272727. So now I'm creating order. We'll try to see how the credit memo works. Let's come here. Let's try to give some 10 quantity. I will show you the scenarios. So if you see for 10 quantity, what is the price? 50 euros. 10 packs, 50 euros. So that means each pack is 5 euro. Let's see the difference. So one piece, 1 euro. Okay. So 10, each pack 5 pieces. That means, so it is 50 euros. Okay. Let's try to check this. You can able to understand here better. See 10 packs. One pack is 5 pieces. Okay. So let's go to the conditions. One pack is, so one piece is 5 euros means, so each pack is 5 euros. So we have given 10 packs, 10 into 5, 50 euros. This is the price actually. Okay. So you have your VPRS is calculated and profit and all. That's okay. So let's try to do the delivery for this now. Let's make it this one as some 28. Okay, no problem. So let's go and pick the quantity. Now let's do the post goods issue. So now let's come here, VF01. We'll try to build this one. So last time we have configured VLPOD. Let me try to confirm this one. So that's okay. Let's save this. All 10 quantity received. Now let's try to do the bill. Execute. So now let's go to VF03 and click on accounting document. Now let's try to click on this accounting document. What it says, the customer account is debited and revenue account is credited, 50 euros. Let's assume that, for example, so actually it should be each pack is 4 euros only, 50 euros, 10 euros difference is 10 euros difference came. How we have to settle on this one? So now let's go back. So we'll try to take this bill. Okay. So that means we need to go to the credit memo request. What is that? Our document type CR, you take 50 euros, it's done. For our understanding, certain scenario like it should be configured with 4 euros per pack. That means 40 euros, 10 euros differences came. You got a complaint offline from phone or email or something like that. So now let's go to the credit memo request. Okay, this is not done. Let's come here. Let's try to activate this document type first before doing credit memo request. Let's click on assign permitted order types to sales area. So 2727 and 27 and 27 and document type is CR. So in the similar way, let me try to do this 2727 and again 27 and again 27. So the division is 27. Let's try to activate it for DR also. Okay. So I'm activated two complaint handling documents. Now let's go to the VA01 again. So go to create with reference. I'm just taking with reference to billing document. What is my billing document? This one. Let me try to copy this. So what it is saying, I don't have a copy control for this. Let's do this quickly. VT because we have taken our own document, right? That's why it's not allowing. Let's do this. System become a bit slow. Okay, let's stop this. VT TAF. So let's go to our target document. Source is F2. I think our document type, let me try to check. Vivo V8. So here, so billing type is F2, it is CR and standard if you take. Okay, from billing to this copying, let's say this. So our billing is triple G1 we have created, and let's try to keep it this one. I don't want to change this. Copy all this. Let's save this. Okay. Now it will allow to copy. So let's create this VA01, create with reference. So billing document is this one, I think. Okay. So click on copy button. So now it is copied. So net value 50, actually it is billed. I don't want to give it the 50 back. So on instead, I wanted to give it back again as this 10 pieces. If you come to conditions, you can able to modify this if you want it. Okay. So condition value, if it is there, if it is allowed as per pricing, you can able to do it. On instead, what you can do it. So since it is 10 pieces, so let's try to do it for 2 pieces. If we click 2 pieces, 10 euros. Actually, it should be 40 euros, but actually we build 50 euros. So 10 euros I'm just giving back to my customer. Let's go in complete log. It is asking for order reason. Okay. So why? Because why you are creating this credit memo. Okay. So you can tell that. Let's come here. Price was too high. Instead of 40 euros, it is. You can select this reason. Let's save this. Okay. Now let's try to build this. When you press enter, okay, G2 credit memo, it is saying, right? So let's try to save this. So let's go to VA02. Okay. So if billing block is there, you have to remove the block. Block already removed, that's why it went. So let's go to VF02, press enter. So now let's try to check the accounting document for G2. So you paid it back. So customer account will be credited on settlement, and your revenue account will be debited. So this is the scenario. Okay. Sometimes interview they will ask how the accounting entries. That's why I'm shouting every time. So everything is normal. If you check your account determination, see order reason it is showing. Okay. So for this bill actually, in the similar way, let me try to show you one more scenario on your credit memo request. Let's press enter. Okay. So let's take some 10 pieces. Let's save this. Okay. Now VL01 and press enter. Okay. So you have a 10 quantity supposed to deliver. Okay. So, but actually what happens due to lack of shortage of stock, they delivered only 8 pieces. Okay. So, but when they are trying to create a bill, but here it's not order related bill. So then VLPOD, let me show you the center. Okay. So 8 is done. Okay. Maybe if they tell the quantity difference, that is fine. They don't tell that. So let's assume that for our scenario, let's try to put it 8 delivered. Okay. Actually, if I say 2 difference, so it is 6, but even more. Let's try to do. Okay. Don't do this reason. Let's try to put it. Let's accept this. Actually, at a bill level, it should be get difference actually. Okay. So now it is not allowing. Let me try to add VLPOD again. So let's do this. 8 is got delivered and saved. So when it comes to bill, it should be for 10 actually. So it will come as per because we reported through VLPOD. Okay. So in bill, we are not able to increase the quantity. So let's assume, let's make it 2. Okay. Generally, it will not happen. I'm just for our scenario. So like, for 10, so it is showing like, 80 euros and 2 pieces shortage is also there. Let's assume. Save this one. Now for VA02, if you go, okay, for your order, so ZOR1, if you double click, go to the conditions. So actually it should be 50 euros, 30 euros overcharge. I just managed actually. Let's assume such a cases also, or else 2 quantity. So for 10 pieces, it is 50. For 8 pieces, it should be 40. For two pieces, it need to be settled down again. So such cases also you can able to do the credit now. This time I wanted to show you something like instead of taking invoice also, if you take without reference also, you can able to create it. If I take this, I just wanted to show you the scenario plus opportunity to show something which is different. Sometimes you will have with reference, sometimes if you have without reference, maybe at PO number level or else some text box. I told you right there, you can able to maintain the text, the invoice. This is the invoice reference for this credit memo. 2 pages, you got a difference. Again, 10 euros, you can able to do it. Or else invoice, I changed the price to 80 euros. 30 euros, you can able to do it. So like that, in real time, some mistakes will happen, some scenarios will come. Save this. So it is asking order reason. So like for this, or else sometimes see in real time they will get a scenarios like multiple times credit memo, multiple times invoice cancel. They will do all the funny scenarios. You will get it. It's not that much easy. So like see quantity discrepancy. So quantity difference is there for this. Let me save this. Let's click on VF01. Let's try to create it. Okay. So 10 euros I'm settling down to my customer again. So let's go to VF02. Click on accounting document, same thing will be there. Customer account will be credited, revenue account will be debited. In the similar way, let me show you the debit memo, how it works. So for this, DR is the document type. Instead of doing DR, let me try to create a sales order first. Jedwo R1. Okay. Let's assume some 10 pieces I'm taking. For this 10 pieces, what is the current price? As per condition record, it is for 10 packs, it is 50 euros. What is the date today? This is somewhere like it is like 25th of April 2022. Okay, I'm saving this order. Assume next month May, price is some difference is there for you. Okay, so May I supposed to deliver. Let's go to VA02. Okay, so service, if you come here, so billing document level. Okay, assume that I'm changing to, so after a month, 25th. So if condition records exist for 25th, instead of 1 euro, it should be 2 euros. That means almost 100 euros they need to be billed. But we saved, but your assume that he forgotten to change the condition record. Okay, let's assume that this is delivering like somewhere 5th May 25th. Okay, that's fine. The same 10 pieces. Let's press enter. Let's do the post goods issue. Everything is done. Okay, now if you come here VF01, so let me do the VLBOD confirmation since activated for this customer. So let's click this and save this. Now let's do the bill. Actually, when you do the bill, okay, so but actually you punched the bill, your customer is happy, company is not happy. So the price is increased in May. So let's take the, what I would say, let's go to the header. So your billing date should be 5th May. If it is May also, it is still showing 50 euros. If the condition record exists, the price might be automatically changed. Okay, let's save this. So how much the difference you are getting? VF02. Let's go to the accounting document. Let's double click on this. So 50 euros, but actually how much it's supposed to be charged? 100 euros in May month. Okay, so posting date is May, I'm showing here. Condition record here forgotten, but like this, you will have some 100 documents with customer. So then what you have to do? You have to create a debit memo, you have to collect, you have to request your customer and throw debit memo. So now VA01 again. So before that, VF03, let me copy with reference. I will show you this one. So let's come here. So DR I am taking. See, if you want in real time, you can able to copy debit memo and the credit memo. You can able to create either billing reference or order reference. Depends on company scenarios. Sometimes you can able to do it. Generally, it will be through billing only with reference, or else you can able to do it through manually also without having any difference. Now again, copy control is missing. Okay. Let's try to copy this document. So then only it will allow. So let's go to the change mode. Again, my source is saying F2 document in standard. This is a DR. Let's try to modify, because since we have created our own billing document, it should be copied from GGG1. Okay, let's copy all. Let's save this. So now let's try to create a debit memo now for 50 difference price. Actually, the prices got doubled in May when you compare it with April. So let's copy this. Now it will allow to copy. You can see in header, it's a debit memo. Okay. Now what is the difference you want it? Come here. So since it is not allowing, actually in real time, it won't allow. So make the quantity as double or something like that. You can able to do it. It's always allowed. So 2 packs. So another 10 packs. So same for same 10 packs. 50 difference I need to be charged. Actually 50 already collected. It total all put together it should be 100. Okay, let me remove the billing block and let's try to check here. So you try to choose the order region. Price was too low. You can choose this price difference. See this regions you can able to define it on SAP system how you want it. Maybe probably all these are the standard regions. So let's save this. So let's try to do the bill. Okay, when I press enter, see L2 it is coming, right? So 50 euros I'm collecting from my customer. If you see the conditions, okay. So let's save this. When you do this, we have 02 accounting entries will be like your customer account will be debited, again revenue account will be created. This is how it happens. Okay, this is all about your credit memo and debit memo. Even debit memo also without reference you can able to create it. You come here, you can able to create it debit memo also with reference whatever the price or quantity if you'd like to get managed. Okay, so what is the basic difference I told you? If you double click here, see if you can see there is no schedule lines tab. Okay, because we don't have a delivery. Schedule lines will talk about like quantity and what do you call delivery dates confirmation. So you don't have this is for your price adjustments or quantity adjustments. For that you are using this one. Okay, this is the difference. So let me, I don't want to show this one. If you want, it's not a big deal, like you can take this one. And for manually also, if I wanted to show you one more time, like maybe because of, so what is this, because of some reasons. So most of the times price difference will be there for a debit memo. Even certain charge they have forgotten also, they can is like customer recommendation or something, you can able to do it. Let's save this. So let's do VF01. So manually also you can able to do it. That's what I would like to show you. Okay, this is all about your complaint processing. So what is the basic difference between, now let's go to VF03. Let me show you something here. Document flow. Okay, so debit memo request, debit memo, and your accounting document. Whereas let's go SC16N. So let's go to VBRK. Let's take our document types. CR, go to new entries, DR for debit memo. So table level, I'm just checking what we have created today. Sales arc 2727. So let's put it another 27. Values found. Billing type I need to give to G2. It's a billing table. So G2 and L2. See, if you see, this is the documents we have created. Let me show you one by one the document flow. So let me share the screen. So it is with reference your Word document and delivery, invoice, credit memo request, and all these things. Okay. Let me go back and try to show you this one also. Debit memo with reference what we have created. So sometimes within the same document, credit memo, debit memo, cancellation, or some nonsense end users will do. So at billing level, if you are working as a consultant and support, you have to resolve all these issues. You try to observe. Okay, it's easy. Like if you follow the basics. This is all about credit memo and debit memo request. Let's see invoice correction request tomorrow. So another document type. That's all for today.